Hello, folks. Philosophy JKD back here with another brain twister. Here to talk about some One Piece. A little bit of theory crafting was on my mind. I just couldn't let it go. Looking at the mindset of Monkey D. Luffy and his agenda to have the freest existence, and that's what would make him the Pirate King. When you look at Luffy, every time he had an opponent, he was constantly finding ways to overcome them and incorporate the unique talents that they had, whether it be manipulating his atmosphere or manipulating his devil fruit to operate a little bit differently. He's always shown the ability to want to expand and overcome, adapt and overcome. He's had a lot of L's, but ultimately he's won out in every battle he's ever had in One Piece. So when you look at Luffy's desire to have 10 crewmates and a bird. That's very interesting. That was his agenda. I would wonder, does he mean 10 fighters and a bird? Or does he actually mean 13 fighters and a bird? Which may be a foreshadowing for things about to happen on Egghead. So, being the freest person, we've already seen that Gear 5th gives Luffy the ability to manipulate the One Piece world, manipulating the frames or the Adinkra code of that universe. In essence, being able to change matter or pull things out of thin air. We've already seen the four states of matter in One Piece. We've seen liquid, we've seen solid, we've seen we've seen liquid, we've seen solid, we've seen air, but we've also seen the fourth type of observable in the One Piece world, something called hockey. It's like plasma. That's the fourth one. Not everybody can see hockey. I guess it'll be paramount to seeing ores. Luffy's incredible hockey has allowed him to find a way to really mimic a lot of other devil fruits with Gear 5th. I believe that Luffy will find a way to not only fly like we saw against Kaido and Wano, but also move through water. Maybe it's a function of his devil fruit and hockey. With that said, I do believe the wings of the Pirate King have to be able to hang with Luffy no matter where he goes. I don't think their cap is as high as Luffy. I think that they will find a way, either through devil fruit or their items eating a devil fruit. We've already seen Zoro being able to overcome gravity by using his sword. Maybe Zoro ends up with a devil fruit or a sheaf devil fruit. Or he ends up with one of his swords having a devil fruit. He did want something from Dr. Vegapunk, which is yet to be seen on Egghead. Sanji, I believe that using the Vinsmoke technology, there's probably going to be more hashed out abilities to that Vinsmoke technology. His eyebrows operate interestingly. They've shown the ability to morph. Is it possible that Sanji's eyes are operating as some type of devil fruit? If that's true, then he has a devil fruit that we would never even expect. Only the people that looked at the manga were able to see that his eyebrows were shifting. Jinbei, the first son of the sea, underwater, no one can beat him right now. How is that making Luffy the most free person in the One Piece verse? The answer is it doesn't. So, is it possible that Jinbei gets a swim fruit or some type of item that allows him to fight in the air? And also, like the Seraphim Jinbei, use the swim fruit to swim through objects, would give him an extra advantage of fighting strong opponents on land. With that said, I think it's a rock, paper, scissors because everybody wants to know who's the strongest. Is it Is it Zoro? Is it Sanji? Now Jinbei comes in with a bounty over Sanji. I really believe it's a rock, paper, scissors, wherein when they reach their maximum abilities and they're able to traverse those three states, the air, the land, and water, I believe that underwater, Jinbei will be able to beat Zoro and Sanji. On land, I believe that Zoro will be able to beat Sanji and Jinbei. In the air, I believe Sanji will beat Zoro and Jinbei. And there's a couple reasons for that, but I'm just going to keep it relatively brief to focus on the fact that when Luffy fully matures his devil fruit ability, I don't think it's complete yet. I believe he'll be able to beat all of those big three: Jinbei, Sanji, and Zoro, no matter the terrain, making him still the most free. Because part of the Power King is being able to beat people on every terrain, being the most free. With that said, Kaido, land, sea, or air, was said to be the strongest. He technically is the strongest underwater, especially with his fish fruit. So that means that that means Luffy's going to have to evolve his double fruit or haki to the point where he can defeat Kaido on land, sea, or air, which is a foreshadowing. Maybe Kaido's not dead yet. Maybe Kaido and Big Mom come back. They're doing some push-ups wherever they're at, and come back and try to take down Luffy and the Straw Hats. It's very possible that we're going to see a mid-diff Luffy versus Kaido sometime, maybe during Wano or after Wano. I don't see it happening during Egghead arc. I think the Egghead arc is going to be a treasure trove of gifts, if you will. Kind of how like Blackbeard when he took all those soldiers from Amazon Lily. So guys, let me know what you think. I really would like to talk about uh, this concept of Luffy being free, his ability to not only overcome the physical matter world, but also the ability not to over, or just not the ability to overcome the four different states in the One Piece world, but also a very subtle hint at 0 point energy, or being able to access or hack the Adinkra codes of the One Piece world, allowing Luffy to basically be able to be a creator type being, almost like the sun is, but not being limited to perspective of a three-dimensional frame, or not being limited to a perspective of where you see an object and you can see it from this perspective, but you don't see it from the backwards perspective. I believe that's what's so important about the One Piece. So see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.